Have you ever wondered how this internet works? When we search anything on online, how do we get instant response? When we call somebody, how others are connecting without any connection, like how we are able to talk without any word connection, how this internet works. Have you ever wondered about this? So what is this internet? Devices connected through wired or wireless connections to form a network. A network switches which connects the multiple devices allows the communication between them. Connecting networks through switches creates an interconnected network that is nothing but an internet. Here the internet connects the entire world. What does it mean? So an interconnected network is nothing but an internet. Here the interconnected network is nothing but connecting different network switches where each switch connects the different devices through either wired or else wireless. So which forms the network? Here each switch connects the multiple devices and communicates between them. Here connecting different networks forms an interconnected network that is nothing but an internet which connects the entire world. I hope you understand what is nothing but an internet. Connecting devices together is nothing but a network. Connecting multiple network switches together is nothing but an interconnected network that is nothing but internet which connects the entire world. So what is this client server model? So servers which provides the websites or else video streaming devices. So we are able to watch the video, we are able to talk with other person through video call, we are able to access the content through website, all this because of the server. So the person who is accessing this content is nothing but a client, which are devices accessing these services. So video calls and which are the data will travel through the undersea cables. So we are able to talk to other person through a video call. There the data is transferring under sea cables. So these cables allows huge volumes of data to transfer globally. What is a server? A server is a computer which runs the applications and services like a website and instant messaging. It provides the service to another computer like a client. Servers are typically stored in data centers with hundreds or thousands of other servers. The data centers ensure continuous power and interconnection and 24-hour cooling for servers. There are global data centers to ensure fast access to the content from the nearest location. So we have different data centers where we can get the fastest access to our nearest locations. So here the data centers requires the continuous power and internet connection, and for the cooling it requires the 24 hours cooling. So it provides the services to another computer. Here another computer is nothing but ours, that is a client. Okay. Simply, a server is a computer which provides the service to another computer, that is it provides the services like websites or instant messages or anything which provides the data. What is this server hardware? It refers to the hardware physical component. Different servers are built based on their purpose. Servers for storing images needs a lot of hardware space. Servers for complex calculations need a fast processor and large memory. So what does it means? When you use a server based on your requirement, it requires a space, it requires a memory, it requires a processor. If you want to store the images, you need a hardware with a lot of space. If you want to do complex calculation, you need a fast processor and large memory. Based on your requirement, you need to select the server hardware. So what does the software on server? Software runs on the server hardware and can be changed easily. So this is the code which runs on this hardware device. It is actually physical device. Here actually we can replace the software, we can change the code, we can update the code, and we can run on the server. So but physical device we cannot change immediately, but software, if we have any problem, we can update it. So web servers. So web servers are the type of servers which are responsible for website storage and administration, data storage, security, managing mails, handling web requests. Everything comes under web servers. What does this web server do? It manages the website, it manages the data of the website, it manages the security of that website, it manages the administration, login credential of that website, it manages the login credentials, also request from the users, like request response cycle. Okay, so what does this request response cycle? When you type a website name in the browser, the web server immediately responds and sends the website content. This is a part of request response cycle. Like if you go open Google and you are searching about the www.youtube.com, immediately we will get that YouTube, because the server immediately responds. If the server won't respond properly, we are unable to access that website, we cannot access the content of the YouTube. Okay. Web page versus website. A web page is a single document displayed in the browser, contains the images, text, videos, etc. A website is a collection of interlinked web pages. A website often contains the links to other websites. So if you search any website, like if you take a website like Wikipedia, if you search it, you'll get some content along with some text, right? If you click on that text, it may be redirected to another website. Okay, so the content which is displayed on the website is nothing but a web page. When you click on that text, it is redirected to another page. These are interlinked with website. Okay, website is a collection of different interlinked web pages. Technologies behind a web page. A web page is essentially a text document, but web developer uses advanced tools. There are 3 technologies that make a web page functional. So that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. What does HTML will do? It structures the content. What does the CSS do? Controls the colors and styles. What does this JavaScript will do? Manages user interaction and functionality. So to create a web page, we need to learn these technologies called as an HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Remember these technologies. When you want to create a web page, we need to learn the main 3 core technologies called as HTML, which is nothing but hypertext markup language, CSS, cascading style sheet, JavaScript, which manages the web page, which provides the interactive web page. Okay, HTML we will add just content to the web page. CSS will do like coloring our house, like building our house is nothing but HTML. Painting work will done by the CSS, and operating, managing power, everything will be done by the JavaScript. I hope you understand what is HTML, CSS, JavaScript will do. Okay, if you take an example of house, you are just constructed a house, that is nothing but a HTML. You need to do painting to make it more effective, like more colorful, we'll use painting. So in the same way, for our content we'll do some styles that in using CSS. So you have good house, but there is no power supply, there is no water supply. Can we live in? No, there is nothing, right? So it provides the functionality, it provides the environment to live in that house. That is nothing but a JavaScript which manages that page. It provides the interactive environment, that is nothing but a JavaScript. Like you have a content, if you want to view it, it provides the interactive environment. How HTML works, I know. Just now I told about this hypertext markup language. It provides the tags. Using tags, we will build an HTML page. We'll build a structure using the tags. We'll build headings, paragraphs, images, everything we insert into the page using these tags. All these tags provided by this HTML. How CSS works? So just now I told with an example called as a house, we need to design an elements which is included by using HTML. We'll do some colors, so that it provides like colorful web page. How JavaScript works? How CSS works? Just now I told with an example called as constructing a build. How JavaScript works? JavaScript is a programming language used to make web page interactive. So how it works when we have a power supply and water supply. In the same way, a web page works when we have a JavaScript. Okay. Page rendering process. When a web page is requested, the web server sends a copy of the code to the web browser. The browser processes the code sequentially and renders the content into the visual display on the screen. So, if you want to view the content, then you need to request, and then web server will send that code to the browser and it will display to us. How we are able to see the content on a website means, when you search that, it sends a request to the web server will provide the code to the browser will display the content to the user. This is called as a page rendering process. To display content on the screen, it will go to the web server. Web servers will provide the content to the browser. Hope you understand what is this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, how this internet works, how we can able to access the web page. What is the difference between web page and website? What is this request response cycle? How we are able to access the content on the screen? How the request is sent to the web browser, web server, how the server is sent to the browser, how the browser is displaying the content on the screen. Okay, in the next video we will discuss the next topic. Thank you.